know I can find my own feet. I'll build a boat to float on the river from the tears that I cried. 'Cause I
All right, y'all. Welcome to the podcast, Misses and Makes. I'm Jay.
I'm Brittany.
Yeah, she tired, y'all. Look, she got her boo boo
I'm
on.
Brittany.
You feel me? Body up, she ready to go. But no, man. So just to get into it, we call the podcast Misses and Makes because sometimes you don't make everything. Sometimes life ain't always perfect. So it's a journey. The more you practice, the better you get. The more you working on your goals and dreams, the better your life gonna get. You're gonna start making those things. You're gonna start seeing your accomplishments come to life and it become reality. And there's gonna be times where you don't make stuff, right? Where things do get hard and things do gotta get pieced together. So that's why we called it Misses and Makes, just to give y'all the authentic, real of our relationship and how we operate, how we see the world, um, different accomplishments that we are going to continue to flourish through with our lives, and even the times where things ain't perfect. So we want y'all to see everything. So it's just real compared to like other podcasts where everything's just perfect. Look at us. We in bed right now. This is like you can't get no more realer than this, bro.
I love
We
you.
in bed kicking it.
I love you.
I love you too. The topic today is
How you hoes be bringing? I'm just playing. I'm just. I'm just kidding.
no, but the topic today is bringing like multiple people around your children and how that affects them. Because that's a lot for children to have to deal with multiple different men or women, right? Because of course, like when you date somebody, you're not just dating that person, you dating the kids too. So it's all their different personalities, and one kid might not like the person you bring around. Two of them might, so but either way it's like I feel like you need to date that person for a long time, like whether it be 6 months to a year, and really get to know that person before you bring them around your children.
Yep.
You feel me? And then if the children don't like them, then it's like, bro, that's curtains right there. Like, because your children, most of the time children have like they got good ideas of like if a person is a good person or not.
Mm-hmm.
A good human that you want to bring around them.
That makes sense.
Um, because I seen that a lot growing up, just like multiple different men that'll come around that weren't even good dudes. I'm talking about terrible dudes. In reality, I feel like as when I was younger, I was rawer than these people. You know what I'm saying? Like to be 13, like I feel like I was rawer than these grown men. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Me and my mom had conversations about it. Like that's the thing I love about my mom though. It's just like we can have conversations about anything.
So let me ask you, because you said it affects children, which
Yeah.
I agree.
Uh huh.
How did it affect you?
Um, it affected me because like I'm looking at these dudes that just didn't make sense. Like why? Because my mom is telling me these other things like go to school, you know, work towards your dreams and like focus on like what you want to accomplish in life. I'm hearing all these different things, and then these dudes coming around is a total opposite of what my mom is telling me. So it's like,
So it's not even just the quantity of people, but it's also
yeah, the
the
quality,
quality
yeah,
of
you feel me? So
people.
like, I feel like it matters on both sides. Like,
Yeah.
you can't the number, of course, don't bring a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
you also need to bring quality people around your children because they need to see
Good
the
example.
yeah the good examples and the very thing that you might be wanting them to be someday. I
Exactly.
didn't take nothing good away from none of those dudes. Um, so just like stuff like that, because your children are watching you and they're like sponges. So
Hmm.
everything you do, everything you say is like
How they treat you.
magnified. Yeah, like
Yep.
because then they gonna feel like they can do the same thing when they get older. We was just
Or
watching what movie was you watching last night?
it was Tubi.
Yeah,
I think
Tubi movie.
I don't know what the movie
Acting was
was.
terrible though. I'm like, bro,
Get off of her. But it was
acting
a
was terrible.
movie about a woman who leaves her family to make it big or whatever. And she pretty much just like copied what her mama did.
Yeah,
Her mother dipped off on her and her dad. And now she living the same life because, I mean, it's what she's seen. So she dipped
yeah,
off on her son and her husband to go live her best life without them.
yeah. The
So,
wild part is like, literally, she didn't like how that made her feel growing up.
mm-hmm.
But then she still became that very thing that she didn't like.
And is doing it to her son because
So
that's all she knows. It's her normal.
yeah, so that it's something like that. You just gotta remember, like, yes, your happiness is very important. I'm not saying don't still be happy, right? But
Mhm.
just be cautious of like the people you bring around. How many? You know what I'm saying? All that.
Sometimes you have to date in the eyes of your children. So
Yeah.
when I used to date in the past, and shit would go left, I would always ask, "Would you want Naya somebody to treat Naya this way? Would you want Naya to have kids and her kids to see her this way?" And that cut a lot of shit out.
That's
Like
real.
that's sometimes you got to date in like the eyes of your children.
Yeah.
When you meet someone, is this someone I want around my child? Like, is this someone, if it was a copy and paste, I want like to see with my kid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
That's deep.
it is though.
Yeah, that's super deep. You like, dude, what? You just like, dang, what I want this for,
Yeah,
Naya
like,
or Malia,
if
like,
you
no.
can't, yeah, if you can't find the grounds for yourself, because sometimes love had you stuck in shit.
And
You gotta,
blind, yeah.
yeah, you gotta ask, like, okay, if my daughter was in this same fucking relationship, the same situation, would I be happy if she was going through that shit?
Right.
No. So get out of it.
Yeah.
Some people just got big hearts and
Yeah.
meet the wrong people because we always looking for someone's potential.
Yeah, true.
We're always looking for the good in someone, even when they're not showing us the good.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
I've
that
been
for
there.
sure. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I just got
I've
out of
been
a
there.
situation like that where it's like I was looking so much at potential, you feel me, instead of like what it really was.
And then that's the situation you got to sit and ask
Yep.
yourself. If my daughter or my son was to date someone like this, would I be happy if this is who they brought home?
Yeah.
No, then get the fuck out of it.
On me and keep it moving.
I'm talking about Ren.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Ren.
That day, for no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run. So,
And it's, to hit on that a little more, just like I know it's hard for people to find a person because it's not easy. You might go through a bunch of different people before you figure it out.
Keep your kids away from
But
it.
just keep your kids away from that process of you figuring that out, because they don't need to see that. That shit is, no. Come on, man.
And once you figure it out, because I know there's every situation different. Once you figure it out and you know a nigga for a year before you bring around your child,
Yeah.
and people just switch up, give yourself some grace.
Yeah, because that's
You
not on,
tried.
that's not on you at that
tried,
point.
You did not know. They showed their true face after so many years, but once they show their true face, get you and your kid out of that situation.
Yeah, and keep it moving. Just live for your children, because that's really the most important thing, is just you and your children, like making sure y'all are in a healthy space and environment. And you might not know what that looks like because you never seen it before. So you got to go out there and create that healthy space for them, for yourself.
In a healthy space, and not a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's
They
going
do
to take
not
time.
into
That's
it,
going to take
yeah.
time to, you got to really go off by yourself sometimes to figure it out. You know, like, for sure.
3 years.
Right, I mean, 3 years she went, like, you feel me? And that's strong. Like, that says a lot about you as a person, like how much you really care about growth,
Yeah.
and your children and yourself. So just remember that. But either way, we love y'all. Thanks for showing up tuning into the Mrs. and Make podcast. We gonna try to drop an episode every week. We love y'all.
I'm gonna go eat.
And she thinking about food right now.
Adios. I am.
She said adios. All right, y'all. Love y'all, man.